Hey guys, B-Man here. Welcome to today's video. Today we've got an awesome one for you guys. What we have today is an insane video where I'm going to use a whole heap of all the glitches that I've been posting on this channel together. I'm going to combine them and show you guys how to use them to be able to pull free unreleased blueprints as a solo player, be able to save them on your account, be able to complete them, be able to take them into Warzone, be able to use them in multiplayer, be able to use them in zombies and all sorts, guys. I want to cover everything and I want to combine them together to show people who might be confused over different videos what to work and what works good together. I'm going to show you guys how to do it all together and get it all working so you can get in there, you can pull some cool variants, you can then save those variants, you can go over and you can go into Warzone even, and you could use them in Warzone, you can use them in multiplayer, or you can use them in zombies. But with that said, you guys know the deal. This all starts with you guys getting down there and smashing that like button for me, because that tells the algorithms that you guys like this sort of content, and it will suggest it to other people that watch the same content as you guys. It helps the channel grow and it helps me help you guys. So smash that like button and let's get straight into this, guys. Okay, for this one I'm going to show you how to pull the level 1000 Master Prestige Reward Igmatech blueprint, okay? Now, beware when you do this. If you pull an unowned blueprint, you won't be able to delete the original of that. You'll be able to duplicate it and delete one of it, but there'll always be one of it there that you won't be able to delete. That's just how this is. So if you're having trouble deleting some, maybe it's one that you don't own that you've pulled and it's just like that. That's just is what it is. It's not really going to do much unless you're really at your limit. Then you might want to be careful on what ones you actually save, because you won't be able to delete them. But with that said, let's get straight into this. Now for this, unfortunately there is one requirement that you're going to need to be able to do all of this, and it's going to be that you'll need to at least have one blueprint on your profile that has a camo on it that your profile does not have unlocked yet. So for us, we're just going to use one of these camos here. Now what that means is you're going to even need to have previously had a dupe where you've got camos on your account from that your profile doesn't have unlocked, maybe you use tools or done previous glitches, but you will need to at least have on your profile a camo that you do not have unlocked, because that's what's going to be causing this glitch, is the use of that camo and the fact that multiplayer reverts your class back to another one if you have a camo on it that you don't have unlocked. That is actually the function that we're abusing here to be able to pull new blueprints. So you need a camo that your profile does not have unlocked so that you're able to grab it to do later steps. With that said, let's get straight into this. Now bear with me, it may look confusing in some of this, it may look like there's an overwhelming amount of steps, but once you actually know the steps, it's real simple, really easy. So let's just get straight into this. Now, you want to come over to Warzone and you want to find a class to be able to use. Then we want to go and pick any Black Ops 6 weapon. Then, once you've decided what weapon you're going to be doing, you're going to duplicate it 3 times. So we're going to say duplicate, duplicate, and duplicate, just like that. So we've got 3 duplicates. For your guys' peace of mind, I'm going to rename them 3. Now you do not need to rename yours, I'm just doing that for this video. So we've got the duplicate 1, 2, and 3. This one's going to be in Warzone, this is going to be in multiplayer online class, and this one's going to be in multiplayer private match class. That's where we equip these. Let's do that now. So this one into Warzone. Now that we're in multiplayer online, we go along and equip number 2. Then we go to private match. Now that we're in private match, we equipped number 3. Then we go into zombies mode. In zombies, we don't need to actually put anything into this class, so you can keep your wonder weapons here, but we need to go along in zombies mode and delete those 3 that we just duplicated and created and equipped in the classes. After you've deleted those 3, make your way back into private match. Now that we're in private match, we go along and we just make an edit to that gun that is still in our class. The number 2 of, or number 3 of what we duplicated and then deleted. After you've made a change to that blueprint, back out to multiplayer online. In multiplayer online, at this point, we want to go along and we want to search for a match. Then we want to quickly, before the match starts, go along and say duplicate on 2 weapons. Or the third time we say duplicate, it's not going to create one. Then you need to quickly go to the weapon that you have saved with a camo on it that your profile does not own, and you need to say duplicate. Then, if you're going to try and get this blueprint that I'm pulling, we need to then go along and equip this blueprint that I'm going to be equipping that pulls the blueprint you're looking for. So for us, it's going to be this SMG you're about to see me equipped. This SMG is from the Battle Pass currently. So what we do is we have our class. We come in and then we go along to this SMG right here, Scratch 1 variant, as this is the variant that you'll start from to be able to pull the level 1000 Master Procedure reward. So we equip this gun into here, just like so. As you see, it equips in perfectly fine. Then we go to our loadout, we go into here, and then we say create new on another weapon. Simple, just select the base one. It will not swap to that weapon. What will happen is it will keep the weapon that we're holding, because that's why we need the camo that is not owned on our profile. So now at this point, all we do is we come across and we go and create new on the PP. Now, it's going to not look like the blueprint that we're trying to pull. It's going to look like this blueprint right here, but don't worry. I know that this pulls that blueprint. Now, this is hard because it's more of a gamble. What you see in game right now is not the blueprint you're pulling in the menus. So right now, we back and we leave game, and we actually have the level 1000 reward weapon equipped there. So we come over to our weapons tab, and now right there sitting there is the level 1000 reward. We come along and we just make a change to it, put the suppressor on, and then it is sitting right here for us. Right now we've got it in here and we've got it in multiplayer, but we want to fill it out and complete it. Before we do all of that, I want to show you guys how to use it in multiplayer. So we'll load straight back into another game of multiplayer. So we'll come along and we will make some changes to it. Okay, so we've got loaded in game, and as you see, it looks like that weapon that we had before. It's not the IGMA Tech, but to get it as the IGMA Tech, you need a mouse at this point. You come across with your mouse, and then you say duplicate on the class in game. We select that gun, and as you see, we're now holding IGMA Tech's blueprint. We get that blueprint in game, guys. Now, if we were to die, it would swap back and it wouldn't be that blueprint. So as you see here, oh, it can be sometimes, but we're actually not having any issues right now. So now we've just got that blueprint running, and we can run and use that blueprint for the game. Now, it's just that simple. Now, sometimes if you die and you load in and it's not the blueprint, all you need to do is just go along and reselect that class, okay? Now, if I was not to reselect the class now, I would cause it to start doing that. As you see right now, we're respawning fine, and we have the blueprint. We have it with all the attachments on it, customized and everything, working perfectly online and multiplayer. It works just perfectly, right? Now, if I was to go along and select a different class and then go back to that class, we would have more troubles using it, but you don't have too much troubles using it. So as you see here, we'll load in. Oh, no, we don't. So in this aspect, it's actually working perfectly fine. We're having no troubles. Now, if for some reason we were having weird troubles, the trouble that you can have is where it won't spawn in the gun and it will spawn in a different weapon. Now, if it does that, all you do is right as soon as you spawn, you just go along and you reselect the class again, and then it quickly swaps to the actual proper blueprint in that, guys. It's a real simple solution to it and everything, but as you see, you can get in and you can use the unreleased blueprints and everything in game, guys. Now, with that said, let's show you guys how to take that over to the other modes. Now that you've got this blueprint here, let's show you guys how to complete it, how to get the blueprint to show up as a full complete blueprint. For that, you want to come into private match. You want to equip the gun into private match, and then all you need to do is, well, we're going to duplicate it for this video, so we'll have a duplicate of it. We're going to equip the duplicate into here. Then all you need to do is come to it and say reset to default when you're in private match. You reset to default in private match, and then it will just reset it to how the blueprint would be with all the blueprints attachments that come on it as a base gun and everything, guys. It's just that simple to get the completed blueprints out of this. Now we have a completed blueprint that we can now go along and we can take this into Warzone. Let's show you guys how to equip this and use this in Warzone now. Okay, now that we have this awesome blueprint that we've just pulled and saved as a blueprint, and now we can get it in and we're on to using it in Warzone. To do that, what we need to do is just like before, we need to do the 3 duplication of this and set it up for that. So for this, we want to duplicate any Black Ops 6 gun 3 times, creating 3 different duplicates. 1 we put in Warzone, 1 we put into multiplayer online class, and 1 we put into multiplayer private match class, just like before. So let's go along and do that. Warzone, now we're in multiplayer. Second one in multiplayer, then we go to private match. Now that we're in private match, we equip the 3rd one. Once we've got all 3 equipped in the 3 modes, we make our way into zombies. Now that we're in zombies, we go along and we delete those 3 duplicates that we made. After we've deleted those 3 duplicates, we go back into private match. Now that we're in private match, we come along and we make a change to that gun that's still in the class that we equipped in here just a second ago. Then we go over into Warzone Online. Once we're in Warzone, we go along and we need to select a gun and just say duplicate 3 times on any weapon we choose. So come along, it does not matter, say duplicate, and on the 3rd time of saying duplicate, it will not create any more. You're now in that bug state. At this point, all you do is go along and just say create new on any weapon. It does not matter. This weapon's just a placeholder that's going to become the other weapon later on. So just say create new onto any weapon of your choice. It does not matter right now. Once you've done that, you need to make sure that the weapon that you're saying create new on and placing is in the class where you want this locked weapon, because this weapon is going to turn into your locked weapon in a second. Now that we've done this, make your way into private match, Warzone private match. Once you're in Warzone private match, you have the ability to equip your locked weapon. So go across and find the locked weapon. For us, it's this weapon right here that we're going to be doing. What you do is you duplicate it and then you equip the duplicate. Then you go along and you make an edit to this, whether it's an accessory, a charm, or anything that it is, you just do an accessory to it. Then, after you've done that, you back out of here, all the way out of the screen. Back out of Warzone to this screen right here. Then go back into Warzone. When you go back into Warzone, your locked weapon will be equipped in place of that other gun, just like that. Simple as, easy as, we now have that gun there saved. As you guys can see, it's working in game and everything. No problems or anything. You just select the class and it will come in game. Simple as, easy as. With that said, let's get straight into zombies, guys. Now we're getting on to zombies. Zombies is going to be the same for the startup process. So what we need to do is we need to come into Warzone. We need to find our Black Ops 6 weapon, whatever weapon you desire, and duplicate it 3 times. Then we need to do a little bit different here. We need to do 1 into Warzone. 1 we need to equip into our zombies class, and the other one we need to equip into multiplayer private match class. So again, multiplayer private match, zombies, and 1 in Warzone. So we'll do that right now. Now that we're in zombies, we go along into zombies and we need to equip it into our zombies, the number 2. So the second duplicate into our zombies class. Then we go into private match. In multiplayer private match, we go along and we equip the 3rd duplicate into private match. Now that we've got all 3 duplicates equipped in the 3 different modes, we head over into zombies. Back in zombies, we go along and we delete the 3 duplicates. Once we've deleted all 3 duplicates, we go back into private match. Now that we're in private match, we go along and we make a change to the gun that we've got sitting in our private match class, the one of the duplicates that we equipped just before. It would still be there. Once you've made a change to that weapon, make your way back into zombies. Now that you're in zombies, you need to go along, pick any weapon and say duplicate 3 times. Duplicate. Duplicate. On the 3rd time, it will not create another one. So like here, it stopped creating another one. At this point, we go across to the blueprint that we are trying to equip in here, the locked blueprint. We say duplicate on that locked blueprint. After doing that, we can go across to any gun and say create new on it and equip the create new of that gun. Then, after we've done that, we come in and we say duplicate on the gun that we're trying to equip again. Then we head over into private match. This gun that we said duplicate on is going to be equipped over in private match when we get there. Now that we're in private match, that gun that we duplicated is sitting here. All we do at this point is we go along, we say duplicate on that gun again. If it kicks you out like that, just go back in. So again, what we do is we come in, we duplicate that gun, and we equip it again. Now, this weapon is going to be equipped over in zombies. We'll go back over to zombies, and this gun will be sitting in your class. As you see here, we're back in zombies, and we now have this gun sitting in our class, ready to go, and it will load in game. We can load in game with this gun and have our locked guns, pulled blueprints, and everything working in game online. And we load a game and you'll see it working in game. Now, in this video, I'm pretty much just focused heavily on the solo methods. Now, you can actually blueprint pull in a lot more effectively and easily if you are not doing the solo method and you're doing dual screen on new gen consoles with split screen with two profiles, guys. Now, I've got other videos that actually cover that and everything, and it is a lot easier to do it that way. This video was just wanting to get out there and focus heavily on how to do everything solo without needing other profiles in the game and stuff like that. So with that said, guys, that completes today's video. I've got you guys in all modes, pulling blueprints, saving them, and using the guns and everything. 100% solo in all modes. With that said, if that helps you out, help me out. Smash that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not already. Leave me an awesome comment and keep being awesome. Thank you guys for watching my videos, and I'll catch you in the next one. Be man.